And welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Another week of Cyclone football. And again, a great weekend that was last Friday night, Coach. Homecoming, pink out night, big win for our football team. Caitlin James was crowned Miss Elizabethon Cyclone football. So 53-3 win. It was a happy night in Elizabethon.
It was, Tom. I tell you, it was just a great night for our football kids, and a chance to another night get everybody in the game. And we had the return of Jeremiah Turner this week. He was back in the starting lineup as running back. Got us off to a great start, and guys played well defensively. Man, we were lights out in the first half, and I think we held them to one first down and negative 2 yards rushing in the first half. So really got off to a great start. Did a good job of throwing it and running it. Our Hogs up front did a good job, and we're actually named this week of Doug Fritz Hogs of the Week guys. So just another big win for us. And anytime you can put 53 points up, you had a fine night.
519 total yards for Elizabethton, only 69 for West Green. That tells the story. Of course, you jumped them early, and we'll show the highlights here coming up in the next section and the next segment of our show. You've won 7 in a row. You got 2 left. Chucky Doak this week, the Northview Academy next week. Season's over. Right now, clicking would be the right way to, I guess, describe this football team. Grade it out right now.
Well, we are playing well, and I think the biggest thing you hit on it is when you play these teams is jumping out on them early. You don't let them hang around. You just kind of go for the jugular right off the bat, and that's what our guys have done. Our first drive, we went right down the field and had scored. And but every game allows you different challenges. Every game, there's a lot of different situations. Right before half, we had a chance to work on our 2-minute drill. We went for 2-point conversions. After we had a blocked extra point and a missed extra point, we thought it'd be good just to try to, work on some 2-point plays. But, anytime you can get your entire roster in on a great night, homecoming night, pink out game. It was a big turnout in Citizens Bank Stadium. So just we really feel blessed, and it was a really big win, and we feel good about ourselves heading into the last couple of weeks.
So each Friday night with the win solidifies you to be home on that first Friday night on November the 6th, right?
Well, that's the key, is to be right here in November, and we're setting ourselves up. Your whole all season, your whole summer preparation. Regular season is to prepare you for the best spot, and we're fine-tuning to give us the best chance to be in the best situation we can when we face that big challenge. So just continue working there, and guys are doing a great job, and guys continue to step up, and just really proud the way that we're handling our business and playing the way we're supposed to.
Polls are out again this week. Again, they stay at number 5 in the state. So quick break. We'll come right back, and we'll show some of the highlights of the big 53-3 win over West Green for homecoming. Come right back with us as you're watching the Shawn Witten Coaches Show.
Trucks, 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 and more trucks. At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, we have Silverado trucks everywhere with discounts up to $11,000 off MSRP on select Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. 15 Spark, $10,995. 15 Sonic, $12,995. 15 Track, $17,995. 15 Equinox, $29,995. Shop us online 24/7, and don't forget our Saturday service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where they leave you asking, how do they do that?
Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide, plus it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, we've got you covered. We welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Every week, put up a brand new show. Again, it comes out every Wednesday at noon. Very easy to find, TomTaylorSports.com. Plus, you can go back and all the coaches shows we've done up to this point are archived. You can go back and watch the highlights over and over again. It's video and audio on demand. It's the wave of the future, and we are very honored to be over here and be able to bring you Cyclone football, the highlights with Coach Witten each and every week. And, Coach, we talked before the break, jumping out early, jump out 21-0, got it going against West Green. And when you got a team that's down and struggling, when you jump them like that psychologically, you just kind of the roof kind of comes in on West Green.
Well, it does. We've all been in those situations before, struggling at times, injuries, and it's just tough. It just, they probably knew coming into the game, you're just outmanned, outmatched, and but it's our guys taking care of what we need to do. It's us continuing to try to play at the high level. Not really trying to play to our level of competition. We know that our goals we want to accomplish, and in order to get there, we know that there's going to be a Friday night that's going to come up in the near future where it's going to take everything we got in order to advance, and but just really proud of the way our guys are handling their business. They're focused and ready to play, and making the most of their opportunities.
Hunter Tyree got it going for us again, the Cyclones, and again, let's set up this first highlight. We got it going early, Drew Bowers.
Well, we motioned Jeremiah Turner out of the backfield and went to an empty set, and then we had 3 verticals, and really Hunter could have hit either one of those guys. It was a big play for us. We've hit Jalen Smith on a couple of deep balls earlier this year, but it was nice to hit Drew Bowers down the seam. It was a great catch by Drew. He kept his balance and got us started off tonight on a big touchdown.
Tyree for the night, by the way, 12 out of 16 for 164 yards and 3 touchdown passes. We talk about him just about every week. Kid continues to grow up and mature right in front of us.
Well, yeah, it's just really all year he's been solid, been consistent. I think 2 throws he'd like to have back, but anytime that we're throwing the ball like he is, 2 throws. I mean that's a great. A lot of guys through the course of the year would like to have several throws back, but 2. But he's done a great job, and he continues to find and use all of his weapons.
Case in point, watch this next highlight again to Jalen Smith, and Coach, again, as we see this highlight, he puts it the only place he could put it, right in the breadbasket, as a perfect throw to Jalen.
Well, I think one of the best routes that Tyree throws that we've been working on this year is the slant route. It's the quick slant, getting inside. Jalen's a big target, so if you just place the ball in a lot of different areas. Drew's a small guy. He's a slot receiver, so sometimes throwing the ball outside, you really got to put it on Drew. But for Jalen, you can kind of throw the ball out there. This was a great catch. This was a great throw. It looked like number 13, the free safety, was really going to jump it, but the slant pattern is a route that we're really executing really well. Jalen's already caught 2 or 3 of these for touchdowns, and really it was a great execution by our guys.
You're watching the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. We appreciate you being with us. Again, thanks to our producer, Robert Kell, putting this together. Again, it comes out every Wednesday at noon at TomTaylorSports.com. Coach, next highlight, it's the old defense turns offense, and Cameron Coleman gets into the scoring. Tell us about that.
Well, it all starts with a great kickoff. We were able to pin them down in the red zone. They did a quarterback rollout. We had Connor Johnson got on him first, got a sack with a forced fumble, and it was great to see Cameron Cujo Coleman to pick it up and score. It was great to see our guys, get that ball in the end zone and not really, kind of fall on it there and then allow our offense to score. But it was great. It was a great execution by our plays. It's kind of been the story of our season. Defensively, guys, our guys have played solid all year long, but really getting points on defense and putting a lot of pressure on the opposing team is great to see.
Next highlight is Mr. Turner takes the football. Watch on this highlight. He gets about the 35-yard line, does a little swivel move with his hips, and Coach Witten taught him how to run that like that. So
never had any moves like that, Tom.
This kid's got the moves, and as we were watching a few minutes ago, this is God-given. You can't teach this. Watch this little swivel move, and he really fakes this kid on a great run.
Well, all of our backs bring something different to the table, and all of them, we work on, making the cuts, seeing the holes, but when you're out there, they got to be the ones, with great vision. And I tell you, Jeremiah brings something to our. We missed him last week. He's a senior. He's worked extremely hard, and he's got a lot of big play capability in him. He's got a lot of big runs. He's had a great season this year. But for him, we've been really working on big plays. The last couple of weeks is getting through the line of scrimmage and be able to find the end zone. And I tell you, he did a great job Friday night. There's great moves like you talked about, great feet. Made 2 or 3 guys miss, and then capped it off by getting in the end zone.
Here's another touchdown for the next highlight. Excuse me. Here's another touchdown catch from Jalen Smith again from Hunter Tyree. Coach, set this one up.
Well, we've been working on this for a long time. A lot of guys when they get inside the red zone, they're going to strictly run it. We've been working on, throwing that fade route, getting matched up one-on-one. We just trying to throw that thing in the back of the end zone. We've got 2 guys we feel like, if we can put that ball up and get in a situation, Jalen Smith and Alex Norwood, 2 basketball players and 2 guys over 6'2". It really gives us a chance. If they're playing outside leverage, we're going to try to throw the slant. If they're playing inside leverage, we're going to try to throw that back corner fade. And we've been waiting to run this route. I mean, we've really been waiting to run this route all year long, and it was a great throw and great catch.
Absolutely. And, of course, Hunter comes right back after throwing for 3, comes right back and runs one in from himself from the quarterback spot, called out this play.
Well, this was our 2-minute situation. We were talking early in the show. We got the ball on West Green's 30-yard line, a minute and so left. We had 2 timeouts. But it was really good to, we work on it every day in practice, 2-minute drill. Our guys got down there, and really you could give Scotty Oliver the touchdown if you wanted to, but we were kind of all waiting for a flag right there for helping Hunter get in there. But it's just it's great to get Hunter in the end zone on a quarterback sneak, and it was a good job by Scotty making sure he ended up there.
I think you would describe what we see here with Scotty Oliver would be a surge, because he kind of took him this body, pushed him right to the end of over the goal line. So great play by Scotty, and of course for Hunter. Then you come back and see Corey Russell. What a great move this kid as he goes, reverses field, and breaks a couple of tackles. Shows this one.
Well, it's a story with Corey Russell. He's probably the most dynamic player we have with the football. He just makes a lot of people miss. Changes direction, change the field, able to get in the end zone, breaks a tackle. Looks like a guy's going to get his hands on him to knock him out of bounds. But just guys making big plays, guys seeing the field extremely well. And it just goes back to our team. All our running backs, all our receivers bring something different to our offense. And as a coach, it's just exciting to see that, we can draw up different plays for different guys, and they go out there and execute. Jalen Smith's downfield blocking to make sure he gets in the end zone. But really, it's a lot of things that has nothing to do with coaching, Tom. I mean, we're blessed at Elizabethon to have these players. Here's Corey's a freshman. that doesn't come around very often. The feet that Jeremiah Turner has, the timing that Tyree and Jalen have. It's awesome to sit back and call these plays and see these guys execute. And when you don't call the right plays and when you don't put the team in great situations, they do a good job of bailing the coach out. And really, as much as we'd all like to take the credit, I mean, it's just these guys going out practicing hard, they're executing, they're having fun, they're being unselfish, and they deserve a lot of the credit.
1-7 on the road. Last highlight, let's set up again. Logan Norman, here's yet another Cyclone, gets a touchdown.
Well, Logan's kind of been a guy that's, he's the unsung hero of our team. He's done what we asked him to do. He's kind of the second, third team running back. He kind of gets overshadowed a little bit, but he's a backbreaker. I tell you, he's a guy that, in the next couple weeks, him being fresh and ready to go, getting some good carries, he's got the speed to really. I'm just waiting for a tie ball game, fourth quarter game, and all of a sudden he's just going to jet through that line of scrimmage and make a big play. But Logan's he's a track kid. He's gotten so much better. He's gained so much confidence. And here another week, he had 2 touchdowns a week ago. He capitalized off the final touchdown of the night, and just a lot of credit to all of our guys.
Again, put the wrap on the game, 53-3, the final score. I guess the one, bugaboo would be the penalties again this week.
Well, we still had, we had a unsportsmanlike conduct that got them in field goal range. We had a couple holding penalties. We had 2 drives in the first half we didn't get anything out on. We actually had a 70-yard drive. We tried to get a field goal, missed it. So really, our extra point field goals, our operation there wasn't what it needed to be. A few bad snaps and a few bad kicks. Penalties continue to be an area of concern. And but just love the way our guys are playing. Love the way our guys are executing, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of this team.
Over 500 yards offense. They held them to 69 yards total for the ball game, West Green. You win 53-3. Caitlin James was crowned again Miss Cyclone football. So happy night at Citizens Bank Stadium. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. Excuse me, I apologize for the frog. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll take a look at the Mountain 8 Conference. Another big week of high school football for the 5th-ranked Elizabethon Cyclones. We'll have that for you right after this as you watch the Shawn Witten Coaches Show.
Trucks, 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 and more trucks. At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, we have Silverado trucks everywhere with discounts up to $11,000 off MSRP on select Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. 15 Spark, $10,995. 15 Sonic, $12,995. 15 Track, $17,995. 15 Equinox, $20,995. Shop us online 24/7 and don't forget our Saturday service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where they leave you asking, how do they do that?
Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Plus, it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen. We've got you covered. And welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Every Wednesday, we bring out a brand new show at noon. Again, simply go to TomTaylorSports.com. As we said earlier in the show, all the previous shows are archived there to go back and watch all the highlights all season long of the fifth-ranked Elizabethon Cyclones. And Coach, you take a look at the Mountain 8 Conference. There you are sitting on top of the Catbird seat. You've outscored your opponents 223-48 in conference play. Pigeon Forge is next at 4-1. Northview Academy and Johnson County and Unicoi County on the logjam at 3-2. Chucky Doak, this week's opponent, at 2-3. Claiborne and West Green are in the cellar at 0-5. And this week around the conference, Johnson County goes to Pigeon Forge. Unicoi County, the Blue Devils travel to Northview, and Claiborne take on West Green. And of course, our opponent would be the Chucky Doak Black Knights down there, and that's not an easy place to go play.
Well, we played them once in 2010 in the second round of the playoffs, and they don't call it the black hole for no reason. So. But it's Coach Murphy does a good job, and they run a little bit of the wing tee. It's a lot like a Sullivan North, a lot of like the mentality that they do. But we're just excited for another opportunity. Our kids continue to get better, and it's another step towards reaching our goal as to be conference champions. But it's just each week there's a different challenge. Our defensively going to play a wing team. You got to talk about being disciplined and playing your assignments, and your safety's got to do a good job of not getting sucked down in the run and they throw a pass. But I think it's a team that started out really well beginning of the year 4-0, and then I think since then they've dropped their last 3 or 4 games. But so we really just got to go in there and play our game. We've got some guys. Jacob Turner had 1 carry, went out with an ankle injury. He's done a good job through the course of this week, getting himself ready, but it's been a different guy each week, stepping up. It's been a different position. Our defense is really the success of our season. As much as they can continue to play well, it really puts our offense in great shape. And so, last 2 weeks we've been able to get a lot of young guys, a lot of reps. Practice during the course of the week makes it's a lot better, a lot of productivity from a lot of guys, and we're just excited about another big conference game.
Obviously, going in again Friday night to Chucky Doak, number 5 in the state and number 1 in the conference, you obviously have an extra and a bigger target on your back, so it can be their season to come in and knock off the big guy.
Well, you're always going to get everybody's best shot, and when a team's reeling and a team's searching, it gives them a chance too. And they're probably still maybe a chance fighting for the 4th place, if they can get it. The next 2 weeks, like you said, there's 3 teams tied. There's a chance to get in that last little bit there. They got West Green next week, which is a big county rival game. So it gives them a lot of confidence, and if they can play well against us, and then a lot of times when you go in those places like Chucky Doak, Black Hole, these kids have never been there before. They don't know a lot of history with Chucky Doak. You can go down there and just get lulled to sleep. It's just we're going to the Black Hole. This team's not very good, but I love the way that our kids are prepared up to this point. I love the way our kids have executed the last 2 weeks. We just continue to get great performances out of a lot of people. Our defensive line and offensive line continues to have strong games, and it's just every week. It's just fun being a part of this group.
There you go. Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you.
See you next week. Again, head coach Shawn Witten again getting ready for the Chucky Doak Black Knights on the road this Friday night, 7:30 kickoff again to the Black Hole. Again, so we'll find out how they did and come back next week with a highlight package of that game, and also get ready for the final game of the regular season next week against Northview Academy. Again, big thanks to Robert Kill, our producer, and certainly this man right here. Love hanging out with this guy. He is a treat. He's a blast, and I appreciate the compassion he has for the football team and the game of football, period, our buddy here, Shawn Witten. So that wraps up this show. Thanks, as always, for giving us a watch, give us a listen. Tell folks, and you have the numbers continue to increase as the folks are watching this show and viewing it. That's the name of the game. Again, simply go to TomTaylorSports.com, and there we be. And so for Robert and for Coach Shawn Witten, this is Tom Taylor telling you, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. See you later, and thanks for watching the Shawn Witten Coaches Show.